November 24, 1971. A quiet afternoon in the United States. Airports were busy with Thanksgiving travelers. Families were preparing to reunite. Everything seemed ordinary. Until a man walked into an airport and vanished into one of the greatest mysteries in history. His name, at least the name he gave, was Dan Cooper. He bought a one-way ticket for Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305. The route was simple, Portland to Seattle. Short flight, only about 30 minutes in the air. He was dressed neatly, dark suit, white shirt, thin black tie, polished shoes, and dark sunglasses. Nothing about him looked suspicious. He sat in seat 18C. Soon after takeoff, he handed a small note to the flight attendant.
Please, take this.
At first she assumed it was a phone number, something men sometimes slip to flight attendants. But the man leaned closer and calmly said, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." Her heart stopped. The note was brief and chilling. It said he had a bomb in his briefcase. He wanted $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck waiting in Seattle. If his demands were not met, he would detonate the bomb. The flight attendant sat beside him as instructed. Cooper opened his briefcase slightly, just enough for her to see red cylinders, wires, and a battery. Whether it was real or not, no one wanted to find out. The pilot was informed. Soon, air traffic control and the FBI were alerted.
FBI, what's the status?
Authorities decided they had no choice. The plane would land in Seattle, and Cooper's demands would be met.
Mobilize the teams.
Inside the cabin, passengers had no idea what was happening. The flight continued calmly. Drinks were served, people chatted. Outside the windows, the sky remained peaceful. Meanwhile, on the ground in Seattle, officials scrambled to collect the ransom, $200,000. In 1971, that was a huge amount of money. They gathered it in $20 bills. Every single bill was photographed. Its serial number recorded. 4 parachutes were also prepared. At 5:39 p.m., Flight 305 landed in Seattle. The passengers were released safely. They had no idea they had just been part of a hijacking.
Absolutely, it was a long flight.
Yeah, can't wait to get home.
Then the money and parachutes were brought on board. Cooper inspected the cash calmly. No excitement, no panic, just quiet confidence. Then he gave new instructions.
Yes, Mr. Cooper. I'll make
The plane would take off again. Destination, Mexico City. But Cooper had specific conditions. The plane must fly low, no higher than 10,000 feet. Speed must stay below 200 knots. The landing gear would remain partially lowered, and in the rear staircase, the unique air stairs at the back of the Boeing 727, must remain accessible. The pilots agreed. At around 7:40 p.m., the aircraft took off again, heading south into the dark night. There were only 5 people left on board, the 3 crew members in the cockpit, 1 flight attendant, and DB Cooper. Rain began to fall outside. Strong winds pushed against the aircraft. Somewhere over the forests of the Pacific Northwest, Cooper made his move. He told the flight attendant to go into the cockpit and stay there. She obeyed. The door closed. Now Cooper was alone in the cabin. Minutes passed. The aircraft continued flying through darkness and storm clouds. Then suddenly, around 8:13 p.m., the pilots felt something unusual. A slight upward movement of the tail, a change in air pressure. Something had happened. But they couldn't see the cabin. They kept flying. When the plane finally landed in Reno, Nevada, police surrounded the aircraft. Slowly, officers entered. The cabin was empty. DB Cooper was gone. The money was gone.
Right here. Notice the empty space it left behind.
1 parachute was missing. The rear staircase had been deployed in mid-air. Somewhere in the stormy night, Cooper had jumped into darkness, into wilderness, into legend. What happened next remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. The FBI launched one of the largest manhunts ever. Agents searched forests, rivers, and mountains across Washington state. Hundreds of soldiers and volunteers joined the search. Nothing. No parachute. No body. No trace of Cooper. Years passed. Then, in 1980, a young boy made a strange discovery along the Columbia River. While digging in the sand, he uncovered bundles of cash. Old, decaying $20 bills.
The serial numbers
When
align.
investigators
It's a match.
checked the serial
Confirmed.
numbers,
Marking it
the
now.
truth
Good.
became
Let's pull the
clear.
file.
They were part of the ransom money. Nearly $6,000. But how did the money get there? Did Cooper land safely and bury it? Did the river carry it from somewhere else? Or did Cooper die the moment he jumped? Experts still debate whether survival was even possible.
We must consider the eastern routes.
It was night. There was a storm. The terrain below was dense forest and icy rivers. Cooper wore a business suit and loafers, not survival gear. Some investigators believe he never made it. Others think he planned everything perfectly and disappeared with the rest of the money. Over the decades, hundreds of suspects have been investigated. Ex-soldiers, skydivers, criminal masterminds, ordinary men with mysterious pasts. But none could be proven to be D.B. Cooper. Not a single fingerprint, not a confirmed identity. Just a tie he left behind, and a mystery that refuses to die. In 2016, after 45 years of investigation, the FBI officially closed the case. But the legend lives on. A man who hijacked a plane, demanded a fortune, jumped into a stormy night, and vanished without a trace. No one knows if he survived. No one knows where he landed. And no one knows who he really was. But somewhere in the dark forests of the Pacific Northwest, the truth may still be waiting. Buried beneath leaves, hidden beneath river sand, or locked forever in the silence of a man the world knows only as D.B. Cooper.